So, a few things you might not know about me. Yes, I have tattoos. I've got about 40% of my body covered. My back is covered from neck to lower back. And on my back is a scene, if you will. It is an angel that has fallen from heaven and she's lost in a forest. And she's looking up, trying to figure out how she fell. And so she's going through all the things in her mind, just like a whirlwind of thoughts of everything that she's been through in her life that may have caused her to fall from heaven. And in this whirlwind of thoughts is every single thing that I had gone through up until the point of getting that tattoo. And it was a lot. So I tell you this to tell you that the tattoos that I have all have extremely deep meaning. They all take a good 15-20 minutes to explain. And the reason that that particular tattoo is covering my entire back is for the sheer fact that it is behind me. I never have to think about it or see it unless somebody else brings it up. And in doing so, I know that it's always there. I'll never forget that. But it's back there. And that's where I like it. I got a lot to look forward to, you know. I wore the hijab for 13 years, from age 6 to 18. I fought my mother to put it on. My mom put it on when she was 29, and my sister put it on, Sohaila put it on when she was 5. And so the following year, I said I was putting it on. It was first day of first grade. And mom said, no, I wasn't ready. And she argued with me that, it's not time and you've got time for it. And I fought with her, and I didn't go to school first day of the first grade. And I yelled at her and said, you don't want Allah to love me? So she let me put it on, and I was there in all my glory with my hijab and my t-shirts, my Bermuda shorts. And anyway, so I wore it up until I was 18 years old. My family's been on a lot of news channels. We've been on Dateline, we've been on Nightline, Channel 4, Channel 7. We've done commercials for Channel 7. We were like the poster child for your Arab American Muslim family in the West anytime the news wanted to do a segment. It was oftentimes our family. Anyhow, in growing up, I was becoming quite the punk. And even while wearing the hijab, I was doing stupid stuff, like I had piercings and whatnot. And I just got to a point in my teen years that I felt it was wrong for me to be wearing the hijab and portraying Islam the way that people see me, because it wasn't matching up. You don't do that when you wear a scarf. So I chose to take it off. And my faith hasn't changed. I still have my close relationship with God. I don't visibly look Muslim, and that throws a lot of people off. But it landed us an international reality TV show back in 2011, so I'm happy with who I am. I have a wonderful relationship with my Creator, and it's just something that people might not know about me, but just give you a little insight to where I've come from that you might not believe if you know me within the realm of RCA or Rock That. I am a very, very introverted person, and if you leave it to me, I'm going to be home, quiet, not in crowds, unless I'm surrounded by my friends. In my element, yes, I'm loud and I'm obnoxious and I'm singing and I'm a whole different person. But in the public eye, and if you don't know me, I'm pretty quiet. That has changed over the last 4 or 5 years. Thank you, Sean Lee. Thank you, Robert Courtney. These two gentlemen have put me in situations that I absolutely hated, but were absolutely necessary for my growth. And Sean didn't even know it when he did. I was pulled up on stage at the very first ever photography conference that I attended, stuttered my name, and my whole life changed. That was the first time I'd gotten on stage for anything, and it's been an upward climb since. A few years later, I meet Robert Courtney, and he's got me in these big, busy situations where I'm talking to strangers, directing strangers, and meeting people on a daily. When I had my photography business in the beginning, I only shot people I knew or friends of friends. I did not deal with strangers. It wasn't until 2019, 2020, it was almost 2 years before I started to deal with strangers because I was such a chicken. Okay. But anyway, so I meet Robert, and all of a sudden I'm shooting with strangers, and I'm all over the city, and I'm all over the Metro Detroit area, and I'm having to fulfill this business person's role where you do have to talk to your clients. And I didn't process all of that when I said I wanted to be a photographer because that's not my thing. But here I am, 4.5, 5 years later, and I'm talking for over 2 minutes without stuttering. And I'm very proud of where I've gotten to, but don't think for a half a second that with every single video, I'm not, like my adrenaline's not just bursting on the inside, because it is. I can feel like all the tingly, and I'm okay with it. I've gotten past it, but this is me, and this is something that I will forever deal with because it's embedded in my DNA for some reason.